Yeah, I promised you a surprise, and ta-da!
I am your surprise.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there. Good morning. Oh, oh, you really did miss me.
I really did. I did. This place
Now
was.
I know.
This place was not the same without you.
Was it?
It was not the
Really?
same without you. Yes.
Okay, I believe you. Well,
How are you?
I'm okay. Like I survived.
Indeed, you made it. You made it. I'm so proud of you.
I made it this far. What are you talking about again?
I'm just proud of you for making it back. You know, making
I
it
have
through.
no idea what we're talking about right now, except to say I took 2 weeks off and I am back. So thank you. A lot of people reaching out and finding out what's up. Well, yeah.
Oh, she's fine.
You take a break sometimes.
She's absolutely fine, and she's back, and we're so excited. Oh, so good to see you.
You too,
and of course,
Kojo.
you got the memo. I noticed that you received the. So,
you should make me a cup of coffee if
I
you
will.
miss me.
I'll make what? How?
Don't order it. Like, make it.
Oh, you want a personal touch in there?
Yes, sir. No, don't. No, let's do the newspapers.
All right. But one coffee coming up. That's a promise. Okay, so I've got the Ghanaian Times, the Daily Guide, and the Dispatch. And what we got? Oh,
I'll do the Finder. What?
I can't get over it. You're back.
I'll do the Finder, the Daily Graphic, and the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Right.
Well, thank you for holding it. I mean, yeah. Because Roland's been away.
I know.
Yeah, it's been you running things, and you've been fantastic. So thank you.
You're the best. You're kind. Thank you. Okay, so I've got the Times, the Guide, and the Dispatch. Do you want to go first?
No, you start.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right then. Okay,
Let me pick up from you.
Oh, okay. All right. So the banner headline in the Ghanaian Times on the front page: cybersecurity attacks increase. 5 internet service providers suffer 50 attacks this year. That's according to the police. And I guess this is all the more reason why we're having our Security Week. Cyber attacks are another very important aspect of security we have to talk about. Menstrual awareness education targets boys as world marks Menstrual Hygiene Day. Today, that's a good idea. Austrian President lauds Ghana as important business destination in Africa. Yes, that's true. Don't politicize national policies. That's according to Nana Kopinan Ketia. Back page, health centers at Sombo, Dobile get biodigester latrines. That's good. You all need one of those. Health sector audit committees inaugurated in Bolgatanga. That's also on the back page of the Ghanaian Times. Let's look at the Daily Guide and this story. FIFA clears Kwesi Nyantechi. Page 3 has all the details. Also, Ofosampofo fights Attorney General. Ghana ranked high in Austria, and non-performing loans still high. That's according to the Bank of Ghana. Back page, Uncle T United dare Hearts in special competition tomorrow. Our rivals are jealous. That's according to Man City's chairman. Azameti is Cape Coast GNPC fastest. And oh yes, they did that in Cape Coast not so long ago. That's the headline from that particular competition. Daily Dispatch next, and banner headline. Do celebrities influence elections? They have little influence on how people will vote, according to Ben Efson. Stories on the back page. Also, judgment of Bank of Ghana versus Unibank. All the details of the judgment on that particular motion that they made recently is all in there. Also, NLA trains NABCO graduates on solar panels. And one-on-one with Fusina Jagba on pages 8 and 9. That's what the Daily Dispatch has. Maybe I'll just touch quickly on these other ones here. The Custodian newspaper, groups ring alarm bells over vigilante bill. Coalition praises Akufo-Addo on RTI Act. NPP officials seek Chief Imam's blessing. And Biz Ghana Lord's Business Development Minister and NEIP CEO. On the back page, a couple of sports stories. Man United thrashed Bayern Munich 5-0 in 1999 treble reunion. Oh, that's nice. And Asante Kotoko pips Asec Mimosa to lift Otumfuo Cup. ABC News has a picture of the health minister on the front page and procurement of 23 million Ghana cedi anti-snake serum, the twists and turns Also, NDC in power was shamefully led by comedians and weak party leaders, according to Dela Kofi. Banking reforms step in the right direction, Canadian investor says, and NIA must succeed this time. On the back page, NDC, oh yes, that's a story about NDC in power. And the Vanguard is the last one I've got here. Multiple scandals at Lands Commission Part 1. Ghosts sign titles for estate giants, and government loses vast land in prime areas. Also, plot to assassinate EC boss deepens. Really? Amasaman NDC in turmoil, and coalition hails Ekufuado. On the back page, company will return to Man City one day, says chairman. And Ferguson hails Bayern structure amid United struggles. Also, with Hazard leaving, Chelsea must follow Liverpool's Coutinho model, according to Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. And that does it for me.
Okay, let's do the final newspaper, and then I'll follow that up with the Daily Graphic and the Daily Statesman. The Finder first. 642 Ghanaians deported between 2016 and 2018. Essentially an update following that visa restrictions. We hardly talk about the visa restrictions these days. It was imposed back in February.
They weren't imposed on us. They were imposed on Yanum.
Yeah, in Penufono. Okay, so it's given some more details between 2016 and 2018, and even early this year, America has actually deported some Ghanaians. There's a statement from the Ministry of Finance on why the restriction, no, Foreign Affairs. Okay, I'm still settling. Forgive me. So I'll come back to the details a bit later. But still on the front page, government to supply suitable fishing nets to fishermen to improve their trade. And then growth prospects of economy strong, according to the Bank of Ghana. Also, Ghana is our most important business destination in Africa. That's the Australian president.
Austrian.
Austria. Oh, chalet.
Settle. Relax. Relax for we. Settle in.
You're not on trial, Mama V. Okay, the Daily Graphic newspaper. Bank of Ghana secures 900 million Ghana cedis to sanitize microfinance sector. Zoom Lion Forestry Commission partner Rollins to plant some 10,000 trees. 200 African Americans to get Ghanaian citizenship. Free-to-air TV in danger if Communications Ministry implements DTT. That's the digital terrestrial, television. Exactly, the transformation, if you like, from analog to digital. Well, GIBA, that's the Ghana Independent Broadcast. Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association. They raised some concerns, and it's in the Daily Graphic newspaper. It's actually about 3 or 4 pages. That statement that GIBA has issued. Let me stick to GIBA. I think it helps me. Let's do the Daily Statesman. First Lady wins plundered for championing women. Lights back on in Krobo land, and MPP and NDC condemn police shooting of protesters. Bank of Ghana holds policy rate at 16%. That's what we have on the front page of the Daily Graphic, the Daily Statesman newspaper. And you know, I didn't even do the back pages of the stories that I've reviewed, but back page, the Daily Statesman, Man City chairman says some rivals are jealous. Ghana president to host Black Stars to AFCON farewell dinner on Friday. So the back page of the Daily Graphic, just forgive me, Minerals Commission to roll out scheme on sustainable mining, and then local government service begins recruitment of 2,200 staff. If you've been home looking for a job, you might want to check out the positions. They're technical positions that they're advertising. So who knows, you could just get a job with a local government service. Yeah,
I'll tell you who else is recruiting quite massively. The Office of the Special Prosecutor.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, they put an advert in the papers, and they're recruiting all kinds of people, you know, investigators, lawyers, lab technicians, and so forth, and a dentist.
Yeah, for the clinic.
I don't know.
It's good to have a...
So they're going to have a clinic on site?
Well, I don't know. That's what I thought when I saw that position. Yeah. But it's not so bad. Yeah.
I didn't say it's bad. I didn't say it's bad. A dentist is
the way
good,
you
right?
stressed dentists.
Because it's not the typical sort of job you would expect to see at the office of the special prosecutor.
Yeah.
But there is going to be a dentist at our office of the special prosecutor.
It's a good thing, I think.
Yeah, so if you see me walking into the building, don't assume I'm a whistleblower. I might just have toothache, you know. But that's all to come.
Yeah.
They're recruiting quite heavily and they're looking for the best. You know, our source has been telling us about how Mr. Amidu is really bent on getting people who have integrity and people who he can trust to handle documentation and so forth. He's very paranoid about electronic communication. You can get into a lot of trouble if you email him a document rather than handing it to him if it's a sensitive document. Yes, according to our sources, he spends a fortune, sending couriers to physically hand documents to a lawyer that he's been working with in Sunyani.
Okay.
And he flies the lawyer over for meetings, briefings. He doesn't want to do anything electronically. So you can imagine that all of these people coming to work at the office, they're going to have to find some very interesting protocols for communication if he's going to have his way.
Interesting. A lot has been happening, definitely. Yeah.
We missed you with a lot of these things, eh?
There was a police officer.
Yes.
What happened to that?
So there's an investigator, one of the investigators assigned to his office, who he has suspended. Now, he suspended her because he believes that she is the leak in the office. So in essence, he believes she is our source. Okay. And
was that linked to the media directly?
Well, he's.
I thought there was some investigations carried out from within, and some things traced back to her. Reason for the suspension.
Well, the statement that he issued doesn't point to any evidence of any particular thing that was traced to her. But he has suspended her pending investigation.
Okay.
Because he believes her to be the leak. But the letter that he wrote to the IGP and the president informing them that he has suspended this person, that letter too was leaked.
Yeah.
So the question is, have you really found your leak?
No, there's a big issue. I mean, like sitting back and listening to a lot of the things happening, particularly with the special prosecutor's office. You know, sometimes it's good to get information, but I felt, how is he working really if everything he does is out there like that?
But is it everything? That's a good question.
It almost sounded like everything.
Well,
because even with the suspension, the letter to the IGP detailing exactly what this officer is alleged to have done. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Everything was out there, and I was wondering, how is he working?
Well, it's a good question. It probably means that he doesn't know his team as well as he thinks. It also means, and that's not a comforting thing, because he's making some judgment calls that he's getting wrong, you know. And of course, the other information that has come out, which I believe is of real public importance, public interest, is the details of those who actually are alleged to have stolen fuel, while they were working in the office. That is very important, especially the fact that, well, they haven't been prosecuted by the special prosecutor, who is tasked with prosecuting corruption, who pays so much attention to alleged corruption in others that he is investigating a case of trespass in his hometown. Somebody trespassing and encroaching apparently on somebody's land. He's investigating that. That is how much attention he is paying.
Is that part of the... Okay, all right. So surely a lot has been happening even with the special prosecutor. I guess it would be good to hear from the IGP since this person was on secondment from the police. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So
a lot has also been happening with the CID boss, hasn't it? There's also the issue with the Krobo land. There's an updates on that in the newspaper. They say the lights are back on in Krobo land.
Yeah. Indeed. Yeah. So, oh, and by the way, that particular story,
yeah.
you know,
Which was that the
Provoland
okay.
situation. Somebody got killed. You know,
yeah,
a 14-year-old boy got killed by the police, and again, the police came out with this explanation that they were not firing at the people, and that this boy was somehow involved in, you know, the uprising against them, and got shot. Already contradiction right there. If you're not firing at the people, how do you end up shooting someone who was attacking you? If you claim he was attacking you, and by the way, eyewitnesses insist that he wasn't, that he was a bystander, a 14-year-old boy selling on the side of the road or whatever, you know, so he wasn't, according to eyewitness, wasn't part of the group that was charging on the police or whatever. But he got shot anyway, and they insist that, oh, we were not aiming at them, but he attacked us, and he got shot. But here's the worst part. After the shooting, after the crowd had forced and kept everybody away from the body, because of course that's a crime scene, it requires investigation, there would be a need for measurements to be taken from where the shots were fired and so forth, so that a proper investigation can be done into whether or not it was an accidental shooting or, you know. Police turned up with a truck, picked up the body, took it away. End of story. No measurements, no investigation, nothing. They've taken, so the people of Ghana are to believe that the police say it was an accidental shooting, end of story, game over, 14-year-old boy is dead, and there won't be an investigation.
Are you surprised that this, you know, you've given a narration and the way your tone and everything is like you're surprised?
Okay, you see, I'm doing that deliberately so that all of you who are not surprised will take this seriously, that today we are in a country where this doesn't surprise us.
I've just got one question. You remember when the police said it was investigating the Ayawaso West Wagon violence?
Yes.
And the commission was set up. I was super excited about the commission, and I thought it would be better with the commission than with the police investigation. Tell me you have an update from the police. Yeah.
You see,
that's what I thought.
I would also blame the media a little bit for that, because I haven't heard anybody ask the question. Fair enough, the police haven't organized a press conference, you know, sitting target for us to go and ask them. But we ought to be pushing on our own. We ought to be calling the PROs and asking them, what's the latest? What's the latest on that investigation? I think it's absolutely fair for me to say that the media need to push harder.
So I've got a question. On the 3 girls who have gone missing from Takoradi, with all the questions that we've asked, tell me what the CID has done with the back and forth, with the conflicting information that they put out there.
But at the very least, nobody can say the media haven't asked questions. So in that case, the media has done their job, and they have exposed the discrepancies. It is now up to us to keep asking the question of what must happen to the people who deceived us. What must happen to the person who told us we know where the girls are?
You know, something just coming back into my mind. You remember the 7 persons who were shot and killed in Kumasi, who were displayed as armed robbers?
Yes.
And the committee that was set up to do that investigation, it turned out that those 7 were not armed robbers.
Yes. And that the regional police commander lied to the people of Ghana. Told us a falsehood at a press conference.
So maybe I am back with something new on my mind. We will see what we can do. Because you're asking us to ask questions, right?
Yeah,
so I'm going to be asking questions every day. In your face kind of questions.
So
watch out for that.
I can see the segment now. Mama police files.
Okay, so it's not just going to be on the police. We're just going to be other, because otherwise we will forget. There's so many things happening every day, everywhere. But let's do myjoyonline.com.
Let's do that now. Let's see what's up on the website. Austrian president touts Ghana as important business destination in Africa. That's a good one.
Well, how is that country an important business destination for us?
You asked a good question. I suppose as part of the EU, as a very important part of the EU, they have a lot of sway on which regions of the world the European Union does business with. To that extent, they are an important partner. But yeah, it's hard to see beyond that whether Austria...
How we get to benefit from that relationship.
Okay, what else is up on the website this morning?
Up Upper West Region, decreasing police numbers triggers security concerns. Also, give us promise dams not dugouts. Disappointed Upper East resident to governments.
That's not a dug. That's a puddle.
And
dug a hole and it rained into the hole. Yeah. That is a puddle.
A girl's cry for peace. Well, this was in the news. Very heartbreaking, very touching. Yeah. I mean, these are the people who are suffering from the conflict. Government to rename Airport Hills Roundabout after Major Mahama. It's also another story on our page. Manasseh's folder, Mr. President, show me your friend. Ethiopia apologizes for map that erases Somalia.
I wonder, what an error.
Government makes headway in U.S. visa restrictions, according to the ambassador. Has anything been lifted, really? Well, Defense Minister urged to step down from Chireponi peace process. How exactly? I thought that was part of his constituency. Yeah,
he's the member of parliament for that constituency, but he doesn't have to be the one that leads the process.
Okay, is he the one leading the process?
Well, he's been the face of it. He's the government, the highest ranking government official that has been involved in it. He's been going around to the Kokumba area speaking to the people.
So is he going as a defense minister or is he going as an MP?
It's a difficult question to answer.
That's the thing with the executive and the legislature, you know, like.
But which minister should be?
It should be Interior, because this is so like Homeland Security.
Indeed. So where's Mr. Derry? Should he not be there? Has he been there?
Let's ask because Gifty Andoapia, the head of our security desk, she's been in the area, so it will be good to touch base and find out what the latest is.
She's our Interior Minister. We've sent her.
Yeah. There are other stories on myjoyonline.com. Please find time and visit the page and explore. We'll bring you some sports, but before that, I've got a cute little boy who's turned 6 today. Michael Ayram Komla Asempa Kofiche. You're 6 today. Happy birthday to you. It's from Dad and Mom. It's from everybody else. Happy birthday, Michael Ayram Komla Asempa Kofiche. Happy 6th birthday.
Can I do one too?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Kweku Sechiado. He's...
I thought you had forgotten. I thought you were kidding.
No.
Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead.
It's Kweku Sechiado's birthday today. Yeah. He's one of my all-time heroes.
Yeah.
So much I've learned from watching him from afar. And, of course, today he chairs the board at the NCA. A very, very different role altogether. Can't be easy. But
nothing is easy, man.
No, indeed. But today's his birthday. Happy birthday to you, Kweku Sechiado.
Okay, if it's your birthday, we haven't mentioned you. Enjoy your birthday today. Have a blessed day. Stay with us. We've got sports. There's Roland Garros ongoing, the first round. Some people have come through, including my favorite, Serena. There's an update in sports. Is there something on Kwesi Nyantakyi really? Has he been cleared by fever? What's all of that about? Details in sports. Stay with us.